Hello, my name is Missy, and I'm a level 4 student with Dancing for Him Ministries, and this is my choreographed dynamic diagramming. I'm going to be sharing with you all the diagramming I did for a duet called Lift Your Head, Weary Sinner. And I'm going to start with the legend. This is the legend. So, dancer 1 is going to be X, and dancer 2 is going to be O. The R is going to stand for right stage. Every time you see an R, that means that the dancers are moving to, or whatever dancer, if I put X or I put O, will be going right stage or moving right. And L is left stage or moving left. And C, center stage. And then we're going to be using the arrows. The arrows will demonstrate their movement, whether it be with their body or going closer together, or there's a lot of hand movements and gestures in this, but it's kind of hard to put it in the diagramming. So I'm going to start with breaking it down for you, and I'll show you, but those arrows will be for any time they're moving. So this is the quadrant divided into 4 counts of 8. Each one represents an 8 count. So the first one, as it shows there, is entering. It shows how the dancers are entering. And I'm going to show you this in a bigger picture so you can see it a little better, but I'm just going over it. And then it'll go, the second count of 8 is that first verse. The third count of 8 is the second verse. And the fourth count of 8 is the third verse. So I'll break it down for you into each one. This is the first one, and this is when the dancers are entering. So X is dancer 1, and dancer 1 will be entering from the right part of the stage. Dancer 2, which is O, is going to be entering from left stage. So the two dancers will come and meet in center stage. As they're walking, because it is Lift Your Head, Weary Sinner, they're going to be having their heads down, and they will be moving to the music, to that first count of 8, and then meeting together in the center. Then, as the second count of 8 starts, is the first verse. So X and O are, the dancer 1 and dancer 2 are in center stage right now. They are not close together. They have just met in the center of the stage. X will move towards O and lift O's head, because in the beginning of this first verse it says, "Lift your head, weary sinner, the river's just ahead. Down the path of forgiveness, salvation's waiting there. You built a mighty fortress, 10,000 burdens high. Love is here to lift you up. It's up to lift you high." So, as the first verse is going, X will travel towards O, get close enough to reach out their hand and lift up their head during that for the first count of 8. And then the O will reach out their hand and lift up the first dancer, X's head. So that's your first count of 8. And then, or that's your second count of 8, I'm sorry. Your third count of 8 is going to be for the second verse, and it says, so X is going to move back to right stage and start going. X will be on right stage, right center stage actually, but to the right, because O is on the left. So as dancer 1 begins to move, is going to travel in as you can see, a round, going around, as the music says, "If you're lost and wandering, come stumbling in like a prodigal child. See the walls start crumbling. Let the gates of glory open wide." So O will be standing as X is traveling around and will be stumbling, and it says the gates, let the gates of glory open wide. And so O will be standing there with their arms open wide as X travels around. Then the next one is the last verse, and you can see as it O begins to travel, and it says, all who have strayed and walked away, unspeakable things you've done. Fix your eyes on the mountain, let the past be dead and gone. Come, all saints and sinners, you can't outrun God. Whatever you've done, you can't overcome the power of the blood. So, O and X, it's like O is chasing X around as they're trying to outrun for those 2 counts of 8. And then X will be running towards O, and O is running towards X, and then they will crisscross and then end up on the separate sides of the stage. Well, remember to keep dancing for him. Thank you for joining me for this diagramming of this duet, Lift Your Head, Weary Sinner.